questions on your mind. You just wanna change the world in these crazy times. You got ideas so big, you're scared of the success they may bring. But in your heart, you know you're on to something amazing. Then there's days you feel like you're in over your head. But don't feed your fears, water your dreams instead. 'Cause you're not that far from where you wanna be. It just takes some time and patience when you're building something, you know I'm building something, you know I'm building something. Gotta keep striving, gotta keep pressing. I'm building something, you know I'm building something, you know I'm building something. Building something. I know some days seem easier than others, and I know sometimes feel harder than others. That's just the way it goes.
Hello, everyone.
You believe
Hello to each and every one of you all. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Thank you for just here, y'all. It is Thursday night for our couch conversation. I know I was on a little earlier, but that wasn't couch conversation, y'all. That was just, just me doing what I do. But thank y'all so much for joining me. We have a treat tonight, and it's so much, y'all, that's going on in our communities, so much that we may not even know about. I just came from a meeting, outdoor recreation, where it's just so much, y'all, around here in this area that even though I grew up in Montgomery County over out of Biscoe, North Carolina, in Weavertown, is where I grew up, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know about, and I'm learning so much. And so that's one of the purposes of here at Couch Conversation, is that we know the resources that are out there, and that we celebrate those who are out here doing great things that we may not even have any clue about. So, y'all, without further ado, I'm going to share our guest for tonight, who is, like I said, y'all, he's doing some awesome things. So let me go ahead and share this so we can see. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me make this bigger. And I'll be back, y'all. Here we go.
My name is Anthony McCauley. I am the CEO and founder of Males of Distinction. Also, I'm the owner of Gravity Drone Services. I also advocate for social services regionally. I am a regional core team member with SCA. Also have some other great things going on in the world of peer support. I am a certified peer support advocate in the state of North Carolina, as well as some other things that are going on. So I look forward to having an interview with Couch Conversations with Pastor Sherri Allgood. I'm so looking forward to it. I'll see you soon.
All right. Here is none other than Anthony McCauley, who is coming in the room. Y'all, let's go ahead and welcome Mr. McCauley to Couch Conversations with Sherri Harris Allgood. Hello, man of God. How are you tonight?
I am so honored. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. We are live on Couch Conversations.
Wow.
And I just thank you. I thank you for joining me tonight, and for the great work. Now, we just saw the video, and when I tell you, you was hitting, like, I'm male of distinction, I'm peer support specialist, Gravity, Gravity with drones. So all of these different hats that you wear, I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna let you start.
Wow. First of all, I give all honor and praise to God. You hear people say that all the time, but I truly, truly am nothing without God. I've already tried it my way. So yeah, some of the things that were mentioned was I'm the CEO and founder of a nonprofit called Males of Distinction. Males of Distinction, ladies and gentlemen, is making achievable life-enhancing strides. My group is called Distinction because I tell the young men that they're set apart. Distinction means set apart. So we do Males of Distinction. I do some things here since COVID hit us, Pastor Sherri and audience. We've had to do some readjusting in the way we do things, but things are they're coming back full circle. So we're doing some virtual mentoring and some things of that nature. I'm meeting with some young men online. I have a scheduled time when they can come in virtually and they're getting some coaching, some character development, and some success building tools that they can incorporate. It's going very well. Yeah. It's going very well. But one of the things with Males of Distinction I want the audience to know is I got convicted with that thing, Pastor Sherri, because at one point, all the young men look like me, okay? And so many children, the young men are needing help, young ladies as well. So we have the Ladies of Merit up under the Males of Distinction program. So same model, but where it says males, it says females.
Okay.
We haven't done anything with it, but I need some leaders to get those young ladies going. But what happened to me, Pastor Sherri, and this was, I kept thinking, everybody was supposed to look like me. But God convicted me and told me that it's not Black Males of Distinction. It's called Males of Distinction. So it's for any young man who needs assistance with mentoring, anything, life skills. Teach it. We're teaching that. So, and we're getting back to normal with things and getting back on track with getting some programming going with that. So also, I am the owner of Gravity Drone Services. Let me tell you about this thing. Gravity Drone Service came from a free workshop, ladies and gentlemen. I said free, okay? It was a free workshop held at Sand Hills Community College. And with my inquisitive mind and some of the talent, God has given me so much that it's like you empty the puzzle pieces out of a box. And sometimes you put one together, don't fit in that one, and you have to get it. That's the way I see my life going. That's the way God's given me puzzle pieces. But I had enough audacity to take a free workshop about drones. And I got so intrigued by it because I looked at it and said, this has got to be the wave of the future. It has to be, because the person that did the workshop was a retired Air Force pilot.
Wow.
And I approached him after and said, hey, I want to get into this. So he coached me how to obtain my Federal Aviation Administration Part 107 drone pilot's license.
Okay.
That's what it's called. It's called the FAA Part 107 drone pilot's test. And Pastor Sherri, along with that, I said, you know what? I'm going to start Gravity Drone Services. It came out of a name. I just said, okay, the drone hovers, that's gravity. And so our name came up with Gravity Drone Services. What we do there and what I'm finding out here locally and nationally, people are reaching out now because the kids are recognizing that's the wave of the future. There's so many things you can do with it. I'm in position to teach adults, children, or anyone who wants to obtain their drone pilot's license. I have the curriculum. I'm able to teach that I developed. Now, you can go Google it. You can go do some of those. You can YouTube University how to obtain my Part 107 test, and it'll take you through. But here locally, you got hands-on, because what happens is I've made sure that I have the rights to keep up with the FAA questions, Pastor Sherri.
Wow.
What that means is they're not going to give me the verbatim questions, but they will get me in the ballpark so I can tell somebody, hey, they changed this letter they changed this letter, so watch out in your answer for this.
Right.
This part right here will make this whole question wrong.
Wow.
So that's what we're doing with Gravity Drones. Right now, I have been, so many people want me to do camps, but I'm just me by myself. And I got so many wanting budgets to do camps and everything. But I am regional core team member with SCA, okay?
Yes, you are.
And I am grateful for that. And the best is even yet to come for that. What's getting ready to happen with that? The future with what's going on, I'm so grateful that the SCA family took me in. I haven't even begun to start doing things that I see that God is happening. So I'm still building.
Yes.
I got a place where I can go now with a covering over me, and y'all love on me so much, man. I tell you, it's like you can't help but to succeed.
Right.
You can't help but to succeed. Along with that, Pastor Sherri, I have gravity drones. I am a North Carolina certified peer support specialist. And for those listening right now who don't know what that means I'm a lived experience person who's dealt with some addictive behaviors. And now I live a life, what they call recovery. Okay. I'm not going to knock, Pastor Sherri, any support groups of Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. Those are great support groups, and I've utilized those. But I've been delivered through a power greater than Anthony.
Wow.
Delivered me and said, look here, I don't have to keep saying my name, Anthony, and I'm an addict.
Wow.
Because the power and the salvation of God, my Father, Son, Holy Spirit has given me a life that I know that I don't have to keep saying and holding on to a bondage that my name Anthony, I'm an addict. No, my name Anthony, and I'm delivered.
Come on now.
My name Anthony, and I walk in salvation. My name Anthony, and I got enough audacity to say I'm clean and sober.
Yes.
It's about self-management. It's about self-management and recovery training for your life.
Wow.
And it says, and I'm getting ready to go with it, Pastor Sherri. Says,
go ahead.
John chapter 15 says, remain in me.
Yes.
And I will remain in you.
Yes.
It says, no branch can bear fruit by itself.
Wow.
I'm not a self-made man.
Right.
I walked alone in buildings because at one point, my father, God bless my biological father, hard work, blue collar working man, told me, you're going to get your behind in that furniture factory and make some money. I said, Dad, I want to learn how to be a businessman. Boy, if you don't get in there and learn how. So I had enough audacity to say, I know I could be an entrepreneur.
Wow.
So that's another drive of mine that keeps me developing. But what SCA is teaching me, though, my coach Cindy Taylor, I gotta give it up for her. She said, Anthony, you do it, and you too, Pastor Sherri. You said, man, you got so much.
So much.
God, I can create, but all that creating ain't doing me no good if you can't put rubber to the road. You know what I'm saying? But I'm right where I need to be, though. Right. So inside of all that, but being a North Carolina peer support specialist, guys, I got off track. And
No. You, like I said, you flow. It's your show.
So a North Carolina certified peer support specialist is a person with lived experience who now lives a life clean and sober, who gives back to those who are still sick and suffering with addictive behaviors. Wow. And we're certified. The only way you can become a North Carolina certified peer support specialist if you're living a life of recovery and you've been a year clean. Okay. So that's the criteria for that. There's a training for that. And Pastor Sherri, I love the field of peer support work. Wow. But I want people to know addiction is not just drugs and alcohol. Right. Some people eat too much. Mm-hmm. Some people talk too much. Right. There's Gamblers Anonymous. There's so many things going on in this world right now that you need peer support workers. And I'm dealing with that, advocating for those who are now dealing with the opioid epidemic and the crisis that you see. I see people every day or hear somebody overdosing on a daily basis. So I advocate for that in the field as well. And that's just another thing that I do. So hopefully in January, I have my Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. Yeah, yes. At 57 years old, life happened, man. I'm telling you. Life happened, ladies and gentlemen. It's never too late, okay? I'm somebody's testimony right now on Couch Conversations that if you're dealing in some darkness in your life, I'm your testimony that your life can change, okay? I'm here right now. My hands are clean. Right. My hands are clean. You know, it don't mean the good definitely outweighs the bad every day. Yeah. The good definitely outweighs the bad, but I got something to stand on now. I've been on this retreat, Pastor Sherri, and it was a spiritual retreat, and I got what I went for. I came back on fire. And I'm just doing some things. I got out of Anthony's way. Just sometimes you think you arrived, or you think that I'm not in my way, but a lot of times we be our own worst enemies.
Right.
We be our own worst enemies. I know there's a call in ministry on my life, but I'm walking in it. But I don't know if there's a pulpit type ministry. Okay. Or the Rise Up Ministries, okay, or a foot soldier.
Right.
So right now I'm a foot soldier. I'm
doing all of them.
All of them. All of them. I can't believe you said that one, but that's what it is. So, it's if you remain in me, I stand on that.
Remain in him. That's it.
You remain. No branch can bear fruit in itself.
Wow.
You got to purge that thing. So yeah, and also I've been given some talents of. And people think this is arrogant when you say things like, but I'm intelligent. I love intelligence. Yeah. I love being able to speak properly. And people, you go into places and people are intimidated by, and sometimes it boils down to someone that doesn't look like me. If you're intimidated by what's going on with me, that's your own internal fear that you have to work out.
Right.
I'm still going to be able to, I'm a professional speaker. Okay, right. So anybody out there listening, y'all need me. You gotta book me, and you gotta come. I'm a paid speaker. Okay,
yeah, so. Pay him. You better pay him.
So, and I've developed some professional development curriculums and some other things, workbooks for males of distinction. Some other things. I also have. I got a hot dog cart.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we got the hot dog cart with the nonprofit. I need to get it back on the road, okay? Right. I've had some medical things that I had to take care of with a new hip and all that good stuff, but some things are slowly coming back around. We also have Mac Time Movies. Mac Time Movies is the big Jumbotron screen where I can set up in your backyard and bring the Bluetooth speaker. We can show a movie to the kids. We can do kids parties. We can set up in the backyard and show movies. We can have parties for adults. And I'll do parties. I'll bring the entertainment. I'll bring the movie. You know, you can pick out the movie or I can pick out a movie, but I'm not going to be doing anything that's not lined up with the will. We can still have a good time, okay? Right. But certain things I'm not going to do. I'll show you a good movie.
Right.
You know, people love movies, so I could bring the movie experience to your backyard.
Wow.
With Mac Time. I got the big Jumbotron screen.
And
big
it's called
inflatable.
Mac Time?
Mac Time Movies.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Mac Time. Mac Time came from my last name, McCauley, and I said, you know what? Mac Time Movies.
Right.
So what happens is it costs $100 to set it up. Okay. I set it up and show the movies. I don't want you to touch anything because it's an inflatable. If I don't want nobody to put a hole in or anything, I want to be responsible for that. So I'll set it up. So I'll probably end up sitting there watching the movie with the family. So I'm going to be part of your family that evening, okay? So if you're having a cookout in the backyard, you got Mac Time Movies, and it rolls over when the sun goes down and the movie starts playing, I'm going to be there with you.
Wow.
So just include me in your party as well. So, and also, Pastor Sherri, I want the audience to know I'm also an author. I've written 12 books.
Oh my, 12 books.
Yes, I got 3 #1 bestsellers and several other books. I think 4. I collaborated with some authors that invited me to their books.
Okay.
So if you and I were to write a book, and my name is the author that brought you in. We are collaborating together.
Gotcha.
That means you have the same rights to the book that I have because you collaborated with me.
Okay.
So I've had a couple of friends of mine out of Texas that have brought me in with The Impact of Influence, which they're now on volume 6, and I'm in volumes 1 and 2, and they produce a bestseller every time it come out.
Wow.
I have the Rebuilt Through Recovery, where I brought some people together. I was the main author, and now I brought 7 people together to share their recovery stories.
Oh.
So when you do that, there's a fee associated with it, but Pastor Sherri, some of the people I was approaching didn't have the money. There's an obligation you have to pay financially, but it's very minimal. By the
Right.
time you purchase your copies of your book for $2 a piece, and you have book signings,
Mm-hmm.
you sell your books for $15 to $20.
Right.
That's royalty money.
Make your money
Okay,
back.
you make your money back,
And then some.
and then some, and then some. You could turn. I'm now thinking about, and I need to make sure I'm right where I need to be. I could take my books and make them audio books.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, I can make them audio books. Anybody needs consulting. I self-publish. I also publish right here where you see my background. This is my office. I publish books right here.
Wow.
So I got that going too as well. I help people do those things, but Pastor Sherri, I've been doing things, and I know Coach Cindy probably tuned in. She would hate me say this, but I do these things from the goodness of my heart, but I can't anymore.
Not anymore.
I can't anymore.
No.
And it's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Years, I'm going to tell you, Mr. McCauley, you have years of experience, years of investment. Like, you put your entire life into what God has given you to put out or to produce. And so the thing is that we're not supposed to muzzle the ox in any way, like the mouth of the. So we got to make sure that we are placing value on ourselves. People go and buy a hamburger that's killing them, right? They out here buying stuff that is literally putting them in the grave. So when we have books, when we have coaching, whenever we have counseling sessions, that is the most valuable investment somebody can get. And people don't value it if they don't pay for it. I'm just going to tell you.
You're right.
They don't value
You're right.
it. If it's free, they will not value it. They're treated like it's nothing. And so, yeah, charge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I get it, and people, you're right. I've been told that several times. People won't value it unless they pay for it.
Right.
And we've had so many great workshops at SCA right there in Troy, ladies and gentlemen. There's a building there that so many workshops are taking place, and we make time for what we want to make time for. But we've been giving out some knowledge base and some knowledge things that are very, very beneficial. And to most of us, and I'm gonna not eliminate anybody, but to my family of people, our Blacks people, and us are very talented.
Yes.
This is not for. I'm talking about us now.
Right.
Take advantage of some things that are going on. We utilize that. There's so much talent sitting out there in the graveyard with headstones on it that could, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Right.
But I'm going to make sure that I don't. Also, Pastor Sherri, in everything I do, I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself.
Yes. Yes.
Self-care is so important, and I have not made it to the beach yet, but it's on my list.
I got
to go
put it
get
on
some
the calendar.
I got to put it on the calendar. And that's where I'm at with everything in my life. And I'm always constantly creative. My love right now and passion is for those people who are dealing in some dark areas that need to see some light.
Right.
They need to see somebody shining, but I can shine bright in front of you. I can motivate you, and I can make you feel, empower you to do the right thing. But until you make up your mind, and I'm going to tell you, the best thing for me, Anthony, was making up my mind to say I'm in. Not to say, you know what? I'm gonna straddle a little bit. You know what? I can go just drink a little bit. I can do it. No, you can't.
Right.
You either in or out. And I want to tell somebody right now, what's out there on the streets right now will instantly kill you. So you got an avenue. Look at me. I've overdosed 2 times. I've flatlined 2 times, Pastor Sherri.
Wow.
I'm not supposed to do and you know what? Every time I got up, my mind, you know what? I ain't gonna do that no more. As soon as I got sober, I went right around the corner and did it again. But there's something called grace and mercy. God would speak to me audibly sometime. Do not turn left down there. And I go turn left. And in the midst of it, people would think that I'm crazy for saying this. In the midst of darkness, That's when I heard God the loudest. In the midst of darkness, he told me. I said I wasn't going to leave you nor forsake you, but I told you not to go that way.
See.
Now, there's going to be some consequences. There's going to be jails, institutions, and death. I've done all three of them. And I praise God that I'm still here. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word. Every word that comes from the mouth of God.
Yeah. So
I'm covered by that. And people say, and I'm not so heavenly minded. I'm no earthly good. I want to be good to you. I can meet you where you're at. You know, I had a young man coming to the office today, fresh out of prison, 25 years old, been to prison. Coming to the office, oh, he gangster down. I said, sit down. And he heard me.
Right.
He heard me. I said, stop all that, man. What you want to do different? Let me groom you to do something different. Do you believe in God? It just comes. Sometimes I'm not led to do it that way.
Right.
I'm not led to do it that way all the time. But this time I had to say, he said, I got a cross on. I said, that don't mean nothing. Do you believe? Do you know everything was given to you on that cross was for you?
Yes.
And by the time he left out there, his voice changed. And he telling everybody out in the hallway, that dude cool, man. I said, no, man. They said, man, you really? I said, no. You either in or out. You either in or out, man. If you're gonna stop all that thugging, what you call thugging, been there, done that, and everything, you can't keep living like that. So ultimately, thank you so much for letting me tell about all these things that I do. But ultimately, my thing is straight ministry.
Right.
All this is done in the name of ministry. I don't take for granted that I can sit here and grab an EIN number. And you can get an EIN number every day.
Free.
For free. You can start a business every day.
Yes.
For free. I don't take that for granted, but what I do is I give it back, and I know that there's a power greater than myself. And some people I don't know who you believe, but I'm gonna tell you. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, my Heavenly Father, God, my Lord God Almighty has delivered me and given me. I have been set free. I am saved and I'm sanctified, and I can go there with you. And I just thank God that is what works for Anthony. I have tried it my way. I'm telling you, if you're not listening to me, I'm your testimony. I'm praying right now that when I pray for this couch conversation today, that somebody will tune in and they can't stop listening because they hear something different that may change their life. Young lady, young man, you don't have to keep living like that, okay? You can get your mind clear. There's a purpose for your life. There's something that God has put inside of you that is a passion of yours that you can get to. We got the ministry, Pastor Sherri, we got the ministries all over. We got ministers all over. We got the ministry in Bisco. Come on now. You got people around you that'll love on you. We will love you back to health. We will love you to be clean. We want you to be clean. But some of the work you got to do as well. You got to put the work in too. But there's some business ideas that need to be birthed out there. There's some books out there that need to be written. There's some business ideas that need to come forth. Do them.
Right.
Do them. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here. All we got is this moment. If something is laid on you, I tell my people all the time, something laid on your heart to do, start doing it. Start doing it. It's not going to be handed to you. And it's going to, some things are painted up beautiful. Have a spirit of discernment when you're out there too.
That's it.
You got to know when to hold and you got to know when to fold. So stand for something though you don't fall, so you don't fall for anything.
Wow. Now see, I'm going to tell you, so Mr. McCauley, now all of that you've said, people are able to get that on a week-to-week basis, right? Are you with your podcast? Is that every week, or how does that? Tell us about your podcast.
We have the Rise Up Show, and you can download the app on your Fire Stick. You can I'm on Roku and Amazon Apple TV. Okay. LifeNow.tv is the app.
Okay.
LifeNow.tv. LifeNow.tv came about from the ministry I was in, Turning Point Worship Ministries in Aberdeen with Pastor Stoney Locklear.
Yes.
Okay, yes, and since that transitioned out, and we're still Turning Point Ministries, but Pastor Stoney has a studio in Aberdeen, the Life Now Studios.
Okay.
So they develop an app, lifenow.tv, and if you download that, you can see all the podcasts of the Rise Up Show.
Okay.
The Rise Up Show is a recovery show. The Rise Up, I love acronyms. So the Rise Up is recovery, inspiration, spiritual enlightenment, uplifting people.
Wow.
So, and it's not just dealing with drugs and alcohol. Okay. I am now trying to get people to recognize that recovery is self-management and recovery training. Smart.
Wow.
Self-management and recovery training. So instead of not taking the place of NA or AA, it's another support group that you could go to.
Right.
Some people are dealing with some areas of not dealing with NA and AA that they need to go to a group.
Uh-huh.
Inside of the smart groups, we can incorporate anybody could come.
Okay.
Anybody could come, and we want any groups that are held like that or confidential. You come in, sometimes you need some support from other people. Right. So the Rise Up Show does that. And what happens is I pre-record my shows.
Okay.
And whenever the editor edits those shows, that's when they'll pop up, and I share them all over social media, and they're on YouTube. But my podcast, I believe in doing them when I pray. I can be driving and something say, do the podcast on this.
Oh, wow.
And I'll come on and say, hey, I'm back again. This is what was laid on my heart. So it may be a month before I do an Anchor podcast.
Uh-huh.
It may be, but the studio time with the TV show, I have to coordinate with the camera person and with the editor and say, hey, I'm ready to do some shows. Gotcha. So we coordinate our schedule and I go do pre-recorded, but I can go live and do my shows, which that's coming up as soon as well. So I can also do my TV show right here in my office with StreamYard, but I get so much the music and the backgrounds and all that. I've learned how to do that. So you know what? I might be going this way. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned how to do the editing. I learned how to do all of that.
That's a consulting business right there.
That's another consulting business. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for saying that. If you need consulting, I have a wide range of things that I can consult on. How to build your curriculums, how to start your business, professional development. I have training on how to professionally speaking, public speaking courses, different things of that nature. I can consult you on it. If you need help, I'll come in and do what I need to do to help you get started. There's just to consult you and help you throughout that whole journey. But now it's just a fee associated with it. And it's affordable. We can do some things to help each other out. Right. But I do have to get the fees covered for the consultant fees.
Gotcha.
It's not off the wall. I'm not going to charge you $10,000 consultant fee or anything like that, but it's going to be something where I can put some gas in the car.
Right. Got to pay some bills.
Yeah. So we help each other.
Yeah.
We help each other. So I'm in turn hoping another thing I want the community to recognize, it's okay to collaborate, guys. But in collaborating, if I collaborate with you, Pastor Sherri, you got to know that I'm to enhance. I'm not taking away.
Right.
I'm going to enhance.
Yes.
We need to quit being intimidated by someone that's smarter than you.
Wow.
Just show me the 5 people you're associated with, and I can tell you how things are going in your life. Mm-hmm. Okay. But collaboration, Pastor Sherri, I've been dealing with it in the community and I've seen it. And sometimes sometimes God will allow me to stand and know and be inside trembling, ready to just, what you talking about? What you mean by that? But God, yes, make you swell up. But then there's times God says, stay right here. Don't move. Then there's times when I'm in my spirit going, why are they? And I can feel it. But there's no need. I want us to, and I don't know, some people would say, just because I'm kind and meek and I talk the way I talk, don't take that for a weakness.
Right.
I love serving others. My minute to serve others.
Yes.
From a genuine standpoint that I am my brother's keeper.
Yes.
I am my brother's keeper.
Right.
But there's not a lot of genuineness, and I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie, in ministry, I've seen it. I'm not, when you invite me to come and speak to your church, I'm not coming to take over the church. You invited me to come speak. Look here, man, I think that's a little bit too much. What?
Yeah, good they invited you.
Yeah, it's like, don't tell. What you mean? You told me you invited me. I'm coming with it.
Right. Exactly.
It's not Anthony. I am out of the way.
Right.
I am out of the way when I come into the house and do those things. So just, I don't know. I just wish we would relax more when it comes to collaborating with others. Be genuine about collaborating with someone else.
Right. And no competition.
Yes.
Like we have the same agenda. We should have the same agenda. And if we got the same agenda, there should not be any type of competition, comparing ourselves to each other, but just like you said, enhancing one another.
Right. Because if I'm not, anytime, and this audience, listen to me, if someone you encounter is not enhancing your life, that means they're taken away.
Right.
And you definitely need it. The Bible says turn it. It don't say run, it say flee. It don't say turn. Man, you better turn and flee.
Gotta go.
That means you got to go. But that's not the case in every situation. I'll tell people, look, let's stop hating. Let's start congratulating.
Right.
Let's stop anticipating and participate.
Right. Yeah.
So we get to the point of doing that and recognizing that you got to stand. It's okay to stand strong. It's okay to protect your businesses. It's okay to make sure that your business is in check when it comes to things, but help somebody else along the way.
Right.
People call that a sign of weakness, Pastor Sherri.
Oh my!
They say, man, that something wrong with you. No, it's not. Wow. I love to see I got a text today from one of my 14-year-old kids. He started his lawn care business.
Oh wow!
He got his little business cards and everything. Mr. Anthony, if you know anybody need the yard cut, I got my equipment. I was like, go ahead, boy.
Wait, now is he in Moore County?
He in Moore County.
Wow.
He in Moore County. One of my boys I've had since he was in elementary school.
Oh, now that's
yes. And I knew he was going to do great things. He sent me that flyer. They brought tears to my eyes.
Wow. So
different things like that. Just when you think you're not affecting anything, any boys or any mentoring, it does work. It does work. That's why I can't wait to. I'm in another season of my life of doing peer support, but I can't wait to transition. And it's time for me to hit the regional. I can't wait. My regional. I got to get my regional. I got to get my. We on our way. God has given me so much. For this regional core team member and how we're going to affect and set up in different places and pouring into people's lives and having these workshops. And our children are really, really going through it right now. Yes. They are faced with so much. Let me get this. Okay. They are faced with so much right now. And let's keep them lifted up. A lot of them, I'm studying now, trauma. A lot of our kids are dealing with some traumatic events that's not their fault.
Right.
Okay. I've encountered, I forgot this one. I also work as peer support at the Women's Domestic Violence Shelter.
Oh.
Yeah, and called Friend to Friend is where I do peer support because a lot of the women who are sex trafficked and dealing with some domestic violence issues have dealt with someone feeding them drugs to keep them in an abusive situation. So here I am. I'm the only man and the only Black man that Friend to Friend has ever hired.
Oh wow!
Yes. So I'm kind of made history there. So I've been there coming up on 3 years. They love me. I'm on site peer support at the women's shelter, and at first I said, you know what? How are these women gonna feel? Here come another man. They're like trying to tell them some things, but they love me because they can discern.
Oh yeah.
You know what? This dude and something. It just amazes me when I walk in the shelter. They're like, Anthony's here. I'm like, okay, today we're gonna have group and we're gonna do today's group on anger management. Now y'all ready? and they all gather around. So I give them something. So yeah, I've been doing that as well. But lots of situations going on. Lots of people are hurt, but there's a lot of traumatic events going on in people's lives that until you remove the mask, until you reach down within yourself and recognize that God is the power that you need in your life to change your life, you're going to stay stuck if you don't get to that point. It's okay to surrender and come on back home. And I tell people all the time, just think there were two people that came together to get you here where you are today. You are a champion.
Yeah.
There's I'm not going to go over the biological process of what it took to get you here, but out of all of that, you made it.
Yes.
You made it. You're a champion.
Yes.
So there's a reason you should stand on that. You're not a mistake.
Right.
Every day you wake up, you got a chance to embrace the process and trust what's going on in your life.
Yes.
And when you feel like you get to the point where, oh, this hurts so much, Anthony, you don't know my pain, you don't know what I'm going through, we pick up the phone and call somebody.
Right.
Know who has your best interests at heart. Everybody don't.
That's
because
right.
people's motives are messed up as well.
Yeah.
It's the messed up motives, but for the most part, I think people genuinely like helping each other. I think people genuinely like helping each other. And since when I came into SCA, I've been surrounded with some great people. And like meeting Miss Almeida.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Like that lady didn't even know me. She looked up at me, she poured in. You keep on doing what you're doing. And I could feel the strength.
I'm telling you.
I could feel the strength. I said, you know what? For her to be still in the land among us,
yes,
is a blessing.
It is.
It's a blessing.
Able to speak life into us.
She didn't even know me.
Wow.
I stood close with her, and she looked up at me. You keep on doing what you're doing. And I said, I sure will. It's coming from you, I know I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. So meeting people, strengthening me, and try. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, Pastor Sherri. I've been through a lot. Like you said, I didn't recognize until you said it, but I've been given all this stuff and it's coming out now, and I'm built up on something. I'm like, I'm 57 years old. It's like all that stuff is busting at the seams.
I'm telling you.
It's like I love it. I really do. I love it. And the fact that coming up on, and anybody out there dealing with some grief, I've dealt with that too. I've lost my wife coming up on 3 years, and a lot of people checked on me thinking I was going to relapse. Oh, he going to start back drinking. Oh my, no. I got down on my knees and said, Lord, help me. Wow. But I appreciated those people because they did have my best interest at heart. Some people just don't know what to say sometimes.
Exactly,
So they say the cliche stuff, a lot of times I didn't want to hear, yeah, my wife died of a heart attack too. I don't want to hear that.
Right. Right.
But that's so
they don't know what to say.
They don't know what to say. If you don't know what to say, sometimes just be quiet.
Just be quiet.
Yeah. So, but I've dealt with some grief too, ladies and gentlemen. So I've given the audience and given them a well-rounded version of myself that they know that if I can do it, you can do it too. If I can overcome, you can too. And somebody say, well, do you ever think about getting high? Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I do. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? I ain't staying right here long. I'm getting out of this.
Cast down vain imagination.
Come on now. All it's doing, Pastor Sherri, I tell everybody, the only thing, and I'm not ashamed to say my drug of choice, but no, I'm not going to say it. I'm leaving it alone. But anyway, my addiction is doing push-ups right now.
See?
And what I mean by that is I have no more runs in me to go get high. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done. I've over 2 times, 3 strikes and you out. I already know what's going to happen to me. I'm not going to make it.
Right.
So I choose life. I choose life. I love life. And that's real talk. And I sometimes I don't know if I say I talk too much because I share it, but no, it's not that. I got to tell it on it. And I thank God that I'm not, and for anybody that's out there, and I'm praying that this message gets to the right person this evening. That anybody, but I want the right person. I want somebody to come back and give a testimony and say, man, that man came on there, Anthony was talking, and I was getting high while he was talking, and I couldn't get high no more. Yeah, put it down. Put it down. And I pray every time you take a drink, every time you take a hit, you sober up. So you can come on back home.
You can't even get high no more.
You can't even get high no more. You might want to try something different now. So come on over here with us. We're gonna love on you, okay? And make sure we got resources for you. We can help you get your GED. We help you get whatever you need. We got some educational things for you. We can help you start a business. It's some of the most talent, Pastor Sherri. I've met some masterminds out here on the streets.
Wow.
I mean, masterminds.
Wow.
Got high with a millionaire. He chose to get high. He said, I'm living it because he was traumatized.
Right.
There was some abuse going on. So he chose to live on the streets, but he was blowing money like crazy. I said, man, you're not gonna kill me. I'm not getting no rest. And my skin color started coming back. You know, I had dark circles under my eyes. Everything associated with being darkness and dealing with addiction, I've been there. Okay, so my prayer is, if you're listening to me right now, and you might say, well, I'm not that bad. I don't care. Like I said, addiction, and it's not just drugs and alcohol, okay? Right. Some of y'all gambling. I can't go in the store to get gas at 6 o'clock in the morning. You got a line, people getting scratch-offs.
And the Saints, too.
The Saints.
The Saints scratching.
And I said, who is that holding up the line? Oh, that's Brother John, man, holding up the line.
That's the mother.
They go out to the car and scratch and go right back in the store. They don't won. I said, Lord have mercy. But that's an addiction.
It is.
That's an addiction. I think that's an addiction. I don't know. I'm not judging, but
well, you know what? I ain't seen scratch tickets in the Bible. So I mean, you know, the Bible said it's by faith. By faith. Yeah, by faith. The just shall live by faith, not the scratch off. We live
right. Right. That's right. Lord have mercy. And one of the things that I stand by, Pastor Sherri, is one of my favorite verses is Psalms 118:7, or I forget what it is. I shall live and not die and proclaim what the Lord has done.
Yes.
So I'm a humble man. I love God, and it's just I can't do it without him. Right. You know, and I've already walked it without him, and he let me do. He gave me free will.
Right.
I was saved when I was 17 years old. You know, I have no idea what happened in my 30s. It was a blur.
Right.
Off and on, doing different things. Had corporate jobs. Been at the top of the ladder. Playing Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Pastor Sherri was a certified pharmacy technician in 1992 and got accepted to pharmacy school at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
But in the nighttime, I partied on the streets, and cocaine became my best friend.
Wow.
And I could be a doctor of pharmacy, got accepted to pharmacy school. Wow. And here I am in the daytime studying about drugs on the lead, and then at nighttime, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Doing the drugs at night.
Didn't want to deal with what they had in the hospital. I wanted something stronger.
Wow.
But I'm like, it was just insanity. Insanity. And folks, let me tell y'all something. Anytime you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and think you're going to get a different result, that's called insanity.
Insanity. Exactly.
Anytime you think you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, it's called insanity. You don't need to walk in and saying things.
Right.
Your mind will get brain damage. I just thank God that through all of everything I've been through, that I got my wits about me.
Yes.
I left a lot of dope out there, and I just don't want nobody to even, and I'm not glorifying this by no means. Like, I'm giving you a living witness testimony that my life has changed, and it was and I dealt with come from a great family. Okay, it wasn't no abuse. You know, now they would call it abuse, but Daddy did tighten me up on the head. You know, my daddy didn't play with me. Okay, he did tighten me up, but now they call that abuse. But even through that, I was raised right.
Right.
But anytime you introduce a mood-altering chemical in your body, it becomes medical, ladies and gentlemen. Your body, God has given you naturally everything you need to live your life, called endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline, all that's inside of you.
Right.
If you take a hit or something, it makes your mind go crazy. That's not designed for you.
Right.
It's natural. Go for a brisk walk. See, and that's a natural high.
You can produce that dopamine then.
That's a natural high.
Yes.
That's a natural high.
Right.
So, Pastor Sherri, I've been running my mouth.
Oh, no. I appreciate you. I do. And just going back, so how can people reach out to you? How can they contact you? Either like for males of distinction, if there's somebody that wants to get certified with the droning, and I know you talked about your podcast as well. So how can they reach out to you? Is it by phone, by email, by Facebook? How? You can just tell me.
What I love for people to text me, okay? And or either call me, but please leave. If you call me and I give you my number, leave a message. Okay. Because if your number come through and I don't have it plugged in, I don't know who called me.
Right.
That's why I prefer you to call. Hey, this is Anthony. I got your number off the podcast. Call me. You left your number. Just give me some reference back to know that you connected with me.
Gotcha.
And that number is 910 286 3894.
2863. What was the last four?
3894.
3894. And you said just text?
Yes.
Message.
Make sure you connect me with something so I know it's you.
Okay. All right. So they're going to say that they saw you on Couch Conversations.
Yes.
Sherri Harris, Allgood.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I'm on all social media platforms. My name is there, Anthony McCauley, M-C, big C, AULEY. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. I use my LinkedIn page a lot, as well as Facebook. You can do a what do you call it? The messenger thing. I'll take messages that way too. Okay. And they pop right in. So I try to make sure I'm using. I know sometimes my mom get on. She said, "You quit putting all that comedy stuff on that page and stuff." You're a man. I said, "Mom, I know, Mom. You know I like to laugh." So my mom be monitoring me.
See, your mom be on social media.
She said, "I want you." She said, "You know you're a man of God." I said, "Mom, I know, Mom. I still laugh though." So you can reach me any way like that, and I'll be glad to help anybody. Do what we need to do. And so and I want
consulting business too, right? You're consulting.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And they just have to tell me your need. If I can help you, I can help you. If not, I got a team of people that I got surrounding me, especially with my SCA group. I got some people around me that I can get you in touch with somebody that can help you.
Right. That's good. Thank you so much, Anthony McCauley. Thank you for everything. You're from Moore County. That's a Moore County man right there. But he serves a region through SCA as well. Moore County, Montgomery, Stanley, Richmond, and Randolph. So he is well-versed, knowledgeable, intelligent. And I just thank you, Mr. McCauley, once again for joining me on Couch Conversation. Any last words before we go tonight?
Well, I just want to thank you, and I also want to thank Pastor David, and behind the scenes who don't like to come out. I like my sister, author Angela Shalette Ingram. Is amazing. Her follow through. I got Miss Mary House and my coach Cindy Taylor. I just want to thank God for the people that's been placed in my life, and you, Pastor Sherri and Pastor David. Thank y'all guys so much for being genuine. Being men and women of God and just being honest and open. I know if I need you, I can come to you. I know that. And you can help me, you'll help me. If not, I know you know. So I just want to say thank God for that. And I just want to say You know what? Praise God from whom all blessings flow. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, you can make it. So rise up. Rise up, get to the altar, fall on your face. It's not too late, okay? If you're hearing my voice right now, you still got another chance to embrace the process, but you got to get your life right. It's not, is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. The moment you take a stance and give your life to Christ, that's when the work begins. It's not, as soon as you say, Lord, please forgive me, come into my heart and forgive me of my sins. I make you my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. When you say that, be ready to put on the full armor of God and put your boxing gloves on, because your life has just changed again for the best. So God bless you all. I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. So,
well, we love you too, Mr. Anthony. Thank you once again. Anytime you need us, you know we're here. We're praying with you. We're praying for you. And any way we can serve you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. All right. So we will see you next time. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Now.
Bye-bye. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. So we're getting ready to close out. Listen, hit up Mr. Anthony McCauley. He is on social media. Y'all, he has so many hats that he wears. He's out of Moore County. He is a peer support specialist. Like I said, hit him up. He has youth programs going on. He has a podcast as well. So much under his belt, and consulting business as well. So if you need mentoring, if you need just some direction in your life, please reach out to him. Y'all, we put the number in the comment section. Reach out to him, text him, let him know that from Couch Conversation with Sherri Harris Allgood that you were able to hear him, and that you are reaching out. I love each and every one of you all. I'm going to be back here next Thursday at 8:00 p.m. I love each and every one of you all, and I speak God's blessing over you all. Mwah. God bless you. Y'all take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.